Okay, Bae. Alright, yeah, we need your help over here to create a worksheet for students who are eventually going to be weak at this. Okay, yeah, we can use it in future as well. Okay, so what I thought that the best way to be teaching this topic is to be familiarized with the rules. So what happens is these students of mine seems to be mixed up with um, a lot of other ways of doing things, which is not allowed. So it's like she has been learning other methods, and especially what can be cancelled, what cannot be cancelled. Um, I'll give you a very simple rule. Okay, now let's say 9x plus 1, okay, divide by 3. Okay, so many of the students, okay, what happens is they thought that this can be cancelled. Okay, but once we are familiar, okay, we know that it cannot cancel this way because of the positive 1. Okay, so what happens is she has been, after learning a lot more, she has been confused of what can be done and what cannot be done. Okay, she is good at maths, that's for sure. But somehow along the way she got really really confused. So what I thought that the best way is to make sure that she is aware of all the things that can be done. Okay, and then practice a little bit more. So um, okay, at the end of the day, hope you can understand that it's usually a lot about matching. Okay, so she has to practice on this very very firmly. Okay, not just on this kind of rules. Okay, there is a few techniques and as well on the how to solve. Like for example, we can make it identical. So maybe something is a little bit more complicated. Okay, like maybe over here. Okay, so okay, it's a type of like comparison. Um, okay, like for example, simultaneous is like for example we can call it one technique to solve it. Okay, okay, then there are rules. Okay, so please look at the exercise book. Okay, she is struggling with this paper. I can't remember which question, about 2 3 weeks back. Okay, okay, like for example this one, what is the rules for this is that we try to make it the same the same denominator. Okay, since this is 3 and this is 3, so that we can compare it easily. Okay, so eventually 2x squared and 3 minus x is the same. Okay, so long we are able to make this 3 to the same. Okay, so this is, we call it one technique. Okay, so identify the technique which you should have done in your previous research. So all the individual rules as well. Okay, what happens is that this is what I am trying to wanting to emphasize. Okay, the rules are important and also the techniques are important. Okay, so in your research when you do in future, and hopefully if you can recall anything in the past, okay, to make it very very detailed so that we can be able to be very focused and going to teach students. Okay, so identify all the rules. Okay, I think she might be also struggling with this, even though she can be good at maths. Okay, she is doing very very weird stuff. Okay, this is okay. Okay, like for example, this part she is a little not good at knowing what to do. Okay, yes, like for example, from this, how are you going to change to this? Okay, this is one of the things. Okay, so identify each of the things. Okay, so on the worksheets, identify. Okay, we can have one for rules, one for technique. Okay, identify them. Okay, so for example, this rule, okay, we show them example. Okay, okay, we can show them example. um okay, we can show them example. Then after that, one or two questions, simple ones to do. Okay, so afterwards, now we can have rule 2. Okay, I suppose that there might be a few rules, I'm not so sure. Okay, then so the example, then ask them to solve two questions on their own. So afterwards, we can combine the rules together. Okay, and not just combine on the rules. Okay, yeah, after that we can combine the rules together to have something very complicated and difficult. Okay, so you can take a look at, no, these are the textbooks, so the textbooks example should be easier. Okay, and these two books, the books should have more difficult questions. Okay, so need a worksheet for her to do. Okay, I'm having class with her until 9 a.m. tomorrow. Understand that this likely cannot finish by 9 a.m. So we will have uh okay, 9 a.m. something. Okay, and then sorry, just do something, make sure that there is quite sufficient for her to do tomorrow. Okay, for her to do tomorrow, and then you can continue tomorrow, and I can pass to her on Friday. Okay, so try your very best to make sure that you can finish by Friday. Okay, but give me something tomorrow as well. Okay, so counting on you on that, babe. uh Okay, please help me identify as much as you can for indices, for indices, and search as well. Okay, search. Okay, indices and search together. Okay, search. She is having lots of problems too. Like what can be done, what cannot be done. Like for uh okay, and see if you can come up with names for that. Okay. Yes, I'll continue on you, babe.